2020. What a crazy year it's been. For me, it started with Campeche, coming like 11th place, I think. And then, and we had to swim indoors with, luckily C3 had that going. And yeah, it was just like, find some way to stay motivated with just little tasks and little goals to get going. And that was fun, to be honest. Like, sort of found a little bit of a groove and basically focused on a couple of key points, which is basically upping my FTP and then going after 5K PB. And I actually was able to hit both of them. Pretty much a new highest FTP I've ever seen, somewhere around like 345, I think. And then was actually able to that same week roll into a sweet 5K, which I ended up pulling off a 14:48. No, I can go a little faster. And then because there was so little racing and just lots of time to do different things, I got to actually go on a really cool canoe trip with my dad that I've been meaning to do for many years. So we hit up some of the old haunts and just got to have some cool adventure that we usually wouldn't get to do in a normal year. But eventually things did sort of get rolling with the help of C3, and we had some amazing small local events that really got to kick off the year for me and allow me to actually use some of that fitness that I've built up and practice some different skills like the drafting and, as you can see, a few sprint finishes. And we were really lucky to have such a great group in C3, but also some amazing athletes that were world class and up and coming. We have some phenomenal juniors in C3, and then locally with myself, Jackson Laundry, and Cody Beals, and then a few guys out of Toronto. We had some phenomenal long course athletes. So pulled together a long course race, and then after that, jumped back on the road bike. I got to draft a little bit with the lads, as you can see with Jackson here. And yeah, basically this one was pretty sweet because we went toe to toe pretty much from the gun. We were inseparable, and I was able to actually, like, the plan here was to sit on him for as long as possible and do a final sprint, see how that goes. Maybe if I'd played my cards differently, things could have been different, but it was great. Like, we don't always get to have this like toe-to-toe racing in our long course stuff, so a little bit different, a little bit more exciting for the fans too, you could say, on this really fast, short stuff, and just making mistakes and learning from it, one could say, but just great, like working on that fast twitch that we never get to and just launching down some hills. This was pretty savage. We both were like on the rivet, practically falling over, and I probably launched my sprint a little bit too early, and he got me like meters to go. But great stuff. We've been training together with also Cody, so that's been great. And then we were able to actually pull together our own event, the Canadian Pro Tri Championships. So myself and Jackson Laundry worked really hard to make sure we were able to get an event for ourselves and actually bring in a national level of competition with amazing coverage that we paid for through the help of the community. And then the PTO put up a great prize purse to make sure we could bring some of the best Canadian athletes together, both from long course and short course, and again, like, bring that toe-to-toe racing. Here we're battling for third place. Jackson and then Brent McMahon are up the road. Just great stuff. It was about an Olympic distance race with tons of corners, very technical, square for what it was, but very, very spectator friendly. So hopefully we'll be able to see something like that in the future. And just, again, like, great to be able to push myself to the furthest level, a little bit shorter than I'm used to, and obviously a little bit different, but so much fun in such a strange year where we actually get to try different things. Basically, yeah, the training was a little different going into all these races, and then we sort of got some of our more mainstream stuff with Cozumel 70.3. There I was like 10th, so I had a couple podiums already before that with the local stuff, and then after that, all three of us decided to go down to Utah to prepare for the Daytona Championships. And Nick Chase has been an awesome dude. He housed us for basically a month, and we had some great training. I think we'll probably go back there, and it just basically built us up really, really well for the final shot that we knew was going to be massive. And Well, if 2020 was crazy and it ended on a crazy note with Daytona, the PTO 2020 Championships was awesome because I really learned that I think I need to focus on my bike for the 2021. So I think I've sort of found where a few of my weaknesses are that I'm going to be working on as we prepare to go into the 2021 season, which will probably be kicked off with Challenge Miami